Snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl
Well, the weather outside couldn't be better. They've opened the roof and the retractable windows on the sides, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Titans, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Ryan. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Deontay Hardy back deep. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action with Willis. Dance pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play action. Here's Willis. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
First down, Tennessee.
A first down carry for Henry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd down, it's Willis. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Willis now off the play fake. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he's brought down. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Bullock good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Willis now off play action. He'll get that one to Carter, complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
The Titans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Colts at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Inside handoff, Henry. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10. Willis looking to throw it. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes our score 17-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's Ryan to throw. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin with Henry.
And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
1st and 10 now. Willis and the Titans at their own 17-yard line. Willis now off of play action. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Willis. Check down here for Henry. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready up. 19.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. Looking middle, and that's complete. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready, break! 60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
3rd down, it's Willis. This will go to him.
And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they're going to get this up to midfield.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Hardy. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Titans. One of the more impressive punt returns you will see. That one from 87 yards away. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Bullet good on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running left, it's Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Willis's throw on target to Burks. Touchdown, Titans. Traylon Burks, 31 yards. And the Titans are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Randy Bullock to kick off for the Titans.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
40 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, here's Taylor. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's first and 10. Now it's Ryan. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And the Titans are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Rodgers to return it. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Ryan. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is down to 24. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So this one, a Tennessee Titans victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover